so innovative. You called me a whore.
So revolutionary.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years.
We have our people.
The tabloids. Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, I haven't.
I know what you say behind closed doors.
Nothing. Nothing. Welcome back to another episode of The reKap with the K. I'm Colt Paulsen, and this episode... Oh, I have to introduce you.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't see you there with the sunglasses.
Yeah.
My co-host, Archie J.
Hi!
I can't. With the Prada.
You know, just a little Prada, not nada.
I don't know about you at home, but this episode for me was like a car crash. I could not look away, but it wasn't like a traumatic car crash. It was something similar to maybe, I don't know, a flat tire.
I'm thinking, like, what could go wrong? We're gonna drive the wagon. It's gonna be all good.
Shit, babe. Shit.
We get a flat tire, and Travis quickly pulls over to the emergency lane. So we just get everyone into the other car. So far, my surprise is not going as I planned.
Which, speaking of Kourtney Kardashian,
Yeah.
let's just start off with our pit of the episode.
Our pit of the episode is Rocky, still not being shown.
Come here, my boy. Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, I love you, my boy.
Kourtney, come on.
Literally, the woman who pulled her child out of her vagina on national TV decides, oh, for this one, I'm just not gonna show him at all and act like he doesn't exist.
I thought you were the cool mom.
Oh, she is such a cool mom, though. She's definition.
Then show us the kid.
Literally.
Be a cool mom.
Now, I do have to just apologize to Kylie Jenner because I hounded her on social media about her son's name, which is now Air, and her showing the son. And Kourtney's done such a good job about it that I kind of actually forgot that she has a baby.
Me too. I mean, she also has 85 other kids, so we can't forget.
Kourtney, I was really hoping you'd take one for the... Well, no, that's creepy of me to be like, show us your kid. But at the end of the day, show us your kid. Hello, we waited and waited.
I mean, why
He's
not?
literally almost 2 years old now.
Yeah, but... I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to jump right into the Lamar conversation because last week's episode was madness, and this week did not disappoint.
I mean, straight into it, you know? No lube.
Not you being Lamar and wanting to go straight to the sexual in this damn conversation.
Even though I would have loved for you to like put me in a dip and put your tongue down my throat and just like to break the ice, I was.
I need to take my glasses off for this because this was really intense.
This was, I think, one of the most OMG moments we've had on the Hulu show because it's one, Khloé Kardashian's storyline, and she's the only one that ever gives us anything. At this point, it's Khloé Kardashian show.
I didn't know that we would get such good transparency like coming out of the gate, especially like this rekindling being on TV, but I guess, you know, it's a strategy. But still, like I am feeling all of the things.
I'm saying strategy. This was a conversation that Khloé would have had without us, and she included us because she loves us.
No, she did it because we were with her, because we were her safety net.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Lamar starting it off with the love will never go away.
I love you for trying your hardest with me, man.
Thank you.
And that love, I don't think it'll ever go away. I know it won't.
That was the whole takeaway from this entire thing, is with this man, Goo Goo Gaga for Miss Coco.
that was cute.
Yeah? One of the things that I was kind of shocked at him telling Khloé was that he feels like he lied to God's face because he takes marriage so serious.
Like, I'm a very spiritual person, you know, so like when you marry somebody, you get married in front of God, right? So like the way I lived, it just seemed like you lied to his face.
I don't think you make that commitment if you can't honor it.
I think now, right, like people have to grow up and evolve, but I think that he clearly missed the mark on this years ago, but I think that was so much for me just because that's something that, you know, this is this guilt, this shame that you have to live with for the rest of your life because it's really never going back to the way it was. You know, Khloé kept saying how naive she was and she had this innocence, and he's like, you know, having to live with disappointing God.
Well, I feel like he was using that as a strategy to make Khloé feel bad.
No.
I think so, because
no,
you don't marry someone and then just expect, oh, I wish I really would have took it serious, and blame that on religion of a situation where it's like, you were just a terrible husband.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Well, he was a terrible husband, but I think that once you're out of something, you can have a reflective perspective and you're just like, wow, I really effed up. You know, there were so many powers that be. Yes, I broke this woman's heart who I love, but then also we're saying these vows in front of God, and I also broke that. That's a lot to carry.
It is, and I think at least his openness and his candid about how he feels about the situation, if the episode wasn't so heavy on his clear obsession with Khloé and wanting to get back with her.
Yeah.
But because he even said it, and this is probably one of my favorite little moments, because he whispers, because you're worth it.
Because you're worth it. Huh? So because you're worth it.
Get L'Oreal a check, because that is their tagline, because you're worth it. Where's Kendall Jenner when we need her? That's a campaign right there. Put Lamar in the next L'Oreal campaign.
Okay, you're getting Lamar paid.
He needs it.
Yeah, he does.
These men, when it comes to Khloé, fuck up, and then they just expect, whoops. Like, you can't just say whoops. And the issue I have with it is, more so when he brings up Kris Jenner.
Like, I would talk about, like, seeing Kris. Like, I don't even know if I can even look Kris in the face.
Why not?
It's your mother.
He's very remorseful, you know? But I think that, I don't know. I think that people are humans and you make mistakes and then you realize that, you know, I should have went about this a different way.
I mean, the clarity is there finally now.
And also, I think that when you go out in the world and you date this one or you sleep with a brothel person
or persons,
you know, and then you can take yourself out of it and you're like, wow, I had a good thing that I didn't know I had. Have you ever had an ex come back and you're just like, he's like, oh, you know, I dropped the ball.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No one loves me.
Oh, I love you.
I'm waiting for my Khloé.
Stop.
And Khloé needs to wait for her Khloé. And I'm glad she's in that situation, in that predicament right now. Because this whole conversation, as fun and exciting it was as a viewer, it just really triggered me for Khloé, because no one has Khloé's back like Khloé has everyone else's. She's the only human that rides so hard for someone. Where are these people that are riding for Khloé?
Her kids.
Her children are there.
And you.
I'm here for you, Khloé.
Me too.
End of time. Ugh, him saying, roll footage.
And I'm probably cool enough, like, to be your friend.
I'm sorry, Lamar. You are not cool enough to be Khloé's friend. Archie is cool enough to be Khloé's friend. I am cool enough to be Khloé's friend. The person watching this video at home is cool enough to be Khloé's friend. Not you, Lamar Odom.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we do see later in this episode about, like, you know, Khloé kind of mentioning that friendship would be a one-sided friendship.
He did say he would love to be my friend again in life, and I was like, I don't really know what to do with that.
So he's coming to Thanksgiving?
No.
It's not beneficial for her. You know what I mean? So I get it. No friendship for him.
The way she asked Lamar if, do you want to FaceTime my mom?
Want to call my mom?
Yeah.
I literally think that's Khloé just being a cool chick how she is. And she's like, you know what? I'll give you this one call because you probably won't really ever talk to her again. She felt bad for the guy a little bit.
Kim, that was what she said about Humpty Dumpty. I felt bad for the guy. You don't think I felt bad? I flew all these people out. I felt all these
I felt bad for the guy. I felt bad for the guy.
Literally. And this is when it switched in my eyes for how Lamar was handling the situation. I think once he got the green light that Kris was cool with him, he was like, this is my moment. I have to really try my best.
He amped up. He did.
I'm gonna tell her I need a manager.
Don't.
Why not?
Just say hi.
No, that. That's like,
Just be quiet.
She gets me. She's a Scorpio.
Started talking about what happened, and it was not really what happened. He started, you know, really calling her bae.
Because you guys are dangerous.
You guys don't call me babe, first of all. It doesn't play with me. Babe? I don't even know you.
Yo, whoa.
He was going in.
Yeah.
And here's where I have an issue with Malika. But I also want to thank Malika for pushing Khloé's button enough for her to kind of bring Khloé money back.
Oh, you guys like
Chloe.
figuring out your like friend names?
No, he just called me babe. I'm like, you call me babe? I don't know you. I said, last time I saw you couldn't speak, and he didn't like that comment.
He's readjusting. Yeah, it was harsh.
It's not harsh, it's the truth.
But it's like I'm like.
The truth hurts, but let me tell you,
Yeah,
it
what-
hurts one time. A lie hurts 7,000 times.
Yeah.
But if I tell you the truth one time, you can't call me that because you couldn't speak. Whose fault is that? His fault he couldn't speak because he decided to do naughty things somewhere he shouldn't have done it.
So here's the thing, right? I'm a Malika fan. I love everybody here involved, but I think that, you know, I think you're right. how annoying is it after you've been through so much? You knew that I was with this man, bringing him back to life for 4 months, and then your friend is also kind of, you know, calling you out, saying that you did something that really just wasn't true. Oh, I'm heated. Beyonce.
Yes. Well, and the fact that Khloé's literally over here being like, spitting facts. Like, she's not even doing anything that's like incorrect or improper. And for Lamar to be like, quit that fake laugh shit.
Last time I saw you couldn't speak.
Don't hit me with that fake ass laugh.
Hello? No. Babe, I didn't know who you were. It's been 10 years. The last time I saw you, you couldn't speak. Like, she ate with that one.
I felt like that was so rude. That was
You
so
think?
nasty and so rude. I feel like you can go about it a certain way. I think that was just not nice.
How can you say it's not nice
was
after
not nice.
we have the conversation of like actually how hard Khloé went for him and the things he did after this entire situation? We got home footage of Lamar in the hospital. We got flashbacks to exactly how Khloé was handling the situation. She canceled the divorce to be there for her husband.
Sure.
And the bombs she dropped this episode, Lamar should be kissing her feet.
But you don't think that since she brought him back into this era of, you know, television to have this conversation, that it was not a little bit like, let me place, you know, cameras and pigeonhole this situation to actually look at the downfall of this guy and like kind of like pop my shit in a way?
No, because if that was the case, Lamar wouldn't be on Celebrity Big Brother begging for Khloé to talk to him and starting a podcast with Caitlyn Jenner, Keeping Up with Sports.
Oh.
You're desperate. The brothel updates,
Yeah, it was a lot for me.
too much for me to handle.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
a
fact
lot.
that Lamar is still over here with this story, and that is his truth,
Yeah,
and that
it
is
is.
what he believes happens, and he has the floor to say whatever he wants to say.
Like, I didn't even take to the club, to that brothel that day.
Are you okay?
I'm beautiful.
You have no idea what happened that day. Thank God.
But where I get annoyed was with Khloé Kardashian already gets dragged for her fingers online. Her long ass nails. And here
Her
comes
alien
Lamar.
hands.
I'm bleeping that. And here comes Lamar talking about how all I know is you wipe my ass.
No, he didn't say that.
Yeah, he says you wipe
No,
my
he
ass.
said, no, he didn't. He said, I don't remember, but if I can do anything for myself, like you were wiping my ass.
Yeah, he said that after.
She wiped my ass. I don't really remember her literally wiping my ass, but
You
I
just
know
know
that I couldn't wipe myself. So I know that who else was doing it?
Yeah, and then guess this is where Malika comes in to support her friend.
She didn't even let the nurses do.
I could imagine.
That just goes to show how in Khloé was for her husband. Ex now.
Ex-husband.
Okay, wait. Lamar did eat when Khloé was talking about, I was there when you had 6 strokes, 12 seizures. He's on his phone getting notes.
6 heart attacks, 12 strokes.
12 strokes is hard as
Lamar's a journalist these days.
He is. He's like, okay, can't forget this. I gotta keep this down. That was kind of iconic. Like, but Khloé really had to be clear as day to be like, yo, you were in such a shitty situation. If I was not there, you would be dead.
Yeah, and then looping, you know, I think she brought a lot of context to it that I don't think that we were privy to outside of the blog.
I was there when your father said pull the plug so he can be on your life insurance.
Okay.
That was a lot. And for me, it's like I understand that this is a situation that you went through, but I just hate that now it's out in the world and now we know even more drama about this storyline.
But his after conversation with the camera one-on-one, the way he smiles after he's like, I just want to get to know Khloé more.
Hopefully get to know her a little bit more.
Leave Khloé alone, like, please.
He was like watching her walk away and everything. He wants that old thing back.
We end the episode though with Khloé finally sitting down with Kim and Kris.
You guys are never gonna guess who I met with.
Who? Lamar.
I did.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
How did
Yeah.
you
Psychic.
know?
Huh?
I'm psychic.
Never did I think she was going to guess the right person. I think she was just like, who's the most outrageous person I could think of? Yes, Sherlock. It was Lamar.
Kim's a psychic over here because she didn't even give 2 seconds of thought. Kim already knew who Khloé met with.
That lady knows all things. Yeah.
Which, one thing that I love finding is the producer sides of them, because when Kim goes,
Should I call Kris Humphries?
That's what I said. Get all the ex-husbands on here.
when she says on here, it's the show.
I told you it's a strategy.
Yeah.
And you're like, no,
It's not a strategy.
It's just like life.
It is their life.
Yeah, it is, but it's a life strategy.
It's not a strategy. It's a storyline.
They don't lose a strategy. It's producing.
I don't like that word.
But it's a strategy.
I just love how Khloé was making fun of Lamar the whole time, talking about how he mumbled. And Kim's little reenactment.
He was mumbling like a. He was like, and he would talk like.
She hosts SNL once, and she literally becomes, I've said it, she's the funniest Kardashian, but even more stepping into her funny girl era.
Really? You think she's the funniest Kardashian?
She's the funniest Kardashian.
You know, I think it's really interesting because they all think they're the funniest Kardashian.
And I think that's what makes
Kourtney
them so
thinks
funny.
she's hilarious.
No, Kourtney is iconic. If it was not for Kourtney Kardashian, Keeping Up would not be what it was. The early seasons, Kourtney carried that with the K.
She gave a nice 5 seasons of laughter.
But finally, we are getting the conversation that I believe we've needed for years and years and years on Kim realizing, why are we so nice? Like, why do we forgive them? Like, why does she feel bad?
Why do I feel bad for people? Like, this guy cheated on you, this guy whatever. Why am I like, oh my God, he bought you a cake?
I mean,
like,
a cake, please.
Why are we like this?
I have a theory on why I think they think this way.
What's your theory on why you think they think this way?
Well, my theory is if the Kardashians cut their hair too short, it's a scandal.
Yeah.
Everything the Kardashians do is controversy in someone's eyes. So when it comes to their real lives, I feel like they're just kind of desensitized of like what's really negative, and they can kind of look at it and just think about the positive and move on. They're really easy and good at moving on. And I think with things that are this heavy, you shouldn't. And that's why Khloé's like, thank God you're clocking it, Kim.
In this family, definitely remember the good way more than the bad. And for some reason, we have amnesia when it comes to the bad. But I'm proud of Kim for catching what she did. That is growth.
I also think that, I mean, they were raised by Kris Jenner, who seems to have a very open heart and a very, like, you know, accepting woman. And so I think when you move through spaces with empathy, you kind of feel that way. Like, I've felt that way personally about some people. It's like, you definitely did me wrong, but I really wish I hope you're doing okay.
But sometimes they're a little too forgiving.
Yeah.
And I hope they cut ties with the K. But with this Lamar conversation, we do get some insight on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's marriage.
That's the hardest part. I've been there. When you don't foresee something happening that really changes a person's personality, and then they're not the same person, and you can't ever get that person back, but you can't live with the new person. You know, like I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people want their marriage to work, but I think, you know, once somebody is dealing with their own personal demons that you cannot save them from. That's what Khloé thought she was attempting to do with Lamar. Like, you cannot save somebody from their own journey of, like, addiction, right? Kanye had his mental health struggles, and so it's like you have to pick and choose. You know, it's a little deeper than infidelity. It's like it's an internal compass thing that's just a little off that I cannot save you from, and I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho.
It's tougher when you don't want your marriage to end off of like your personal reasons, but circumstances change that force your marriage to end.
And I also think Kim was being pretty shady in these moments too, because maybe that's what happened when you get married in 9 days. Did she say that?
She did say that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happens when you get married in 9 days.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not a Kim hater, but do not come for Khloé when you were married for 72 days. Like if you're going to throw the days in here, like, you're not the one, Kim.
Okay, and when the first marriage, like, for 2 hours?
No, they were married for a while.
Really?
She was just 18.
The producer dude in Vegas when they got married?
Damon Thomas. Yeah.
What's his name?
Damon Thomas.
Shout out to you, Damon.
No, but one thing that we ended this little conversation with Kris really wanting her children to find love.
I want you guys to find this amazing true love that you'll have for the rest of your lives.
Kim's reaction, do you think it's because she already found the love?
Well, Kim's always gonna have love, you know? Even if this love that she has now ends, she's gonna find love again.
I know, but she's just this season being like, I'm not gonna be single. Like, is there a man she's already in love with and then we're hinting to it?
You know we're gonna get another wedding out of her too in our lifetime.
Yeah, she said she wanted it in Idaho.
So we'll see. Also, I do think, can I say, before we move on from this, something that is going under the radar that everybody needs to just like really just take time out to process is that Kris Jenner won't do therapy alone. Very concerning.
We need to go have a group therapy session.
Yeah.
Mom, you wouldn't do therapy.
Yeah.
We've been begging you to do therapy.
Lady, go to therapy.
I feel like now that the Kim's in therapy,
She'll do group therapy.
Kris will be right there too, because after this episode, Kris is dying to be Kim.
She's schmoozing her life away so she can get some Galliano gowns.
Kim, you don't have to give all my playbook away.
You know John calling? But yeah, I'm schmoozing.
I want to briefly go into the roast because the internet dragged my girl Kim for getting booed.
Oh, football fans. Oh, sports fans. Oh, they hate the Kardashians. I thought I was gonna get up and give a toast and leave. That was the whole plan. And then I was like, well, I can't leave because then I'm gonna look like a poor sport.
Kim's whole reaction to this, I'm like, thank you, Kim. Thank you for putting the internet to shut the F up.
You know, there's also a narrative that you went to Netflix and asked them to remove all the booing.
No, I could care less. Let me live my life. It happened. I don't erase what happened.
Everyone thinks the Kardashians have this superpower and everyone does what they say to where, oh, Kim Kardashian can't stand that she got booed, so she's gonna edit it out.
I did like this though. I love the like taking us behind, like her experience of like sitting there like, okay, I want to be a good sport, but when the hell is this gonna end?
Tracy, how much longer? Like,
Kim could give two shits.
Yeah.
But then on Monday, she really was kind of like, but I think it's because all the other celebrities were like, are you okay? Are you okay? Where it kind of hit her like, oh, am I okay?
But I do heavily believe that she told her production, like, we're not giving this much airtime. So like, because she didn't even, they normally take us everywhere. They'd taken us in the White House. They didn't take us to that little roast situation to actually see it.
Show the footage, like pay whatever Netflix fee, like show it.
I would have loved to see the boo on, like, you know, and actually reacting to it. But
yes.
They have never moved on from a story so quickly.
No, and she's like, I am not doing that ever again. Yeah. But one of the things, like, why Kim I think is the funniest, when the guy made the storyline about her being so robotic and didn't even move. Yeah. Kim, her response gets me.
I was like, I knew I was half robot. Other people realized it.
But on to Met Gala, literally, which this is bringing me back to early seasons when the Met Gala was the span of 3 episodes. We got good 3 minutes. Thank God. That's just what I needed because literally all we needed to see was Kendall in the backseat of a car drinking piss.
Looks like someone peed in a mug. Drinking pee before the Met, that's my secret.
Oh, you know, this is the wellness queen. Everybody's always asking what her remedies are. And now we know it's drinking pee.
Which I'm like, I had to have an apple juice, right?
I hope so.
But we also did get a glimpse of Kris Jenner as a bride.
Pretty. It looks like we're kind of keeping it here. Corey! My bridesmaids are getting tired.
They're never getting married.
But out of the 3, Kendall, Kylie, Kim, who was your best dress for Met Monday?
Kendall, Kylie, Kim. Yeah, Kendall was underwhelming to me. And then Kylie was very classic. Kim.
And Kim said the same thing.
Who was your favorite look?
Me.
Kim, say someone different.
No, I'm serious. It's not like often I feel that way.
Oh!
What?
Kris Jenner saying, will Kim ever wear a normal dress?
Are you ever going to wear a dress to the Met where you actually can walk? Because I see you scooting, like scooch, 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 and the little steps up the staircase. It's so cute, though. I don't know what I would do if you just walked into the Met.
I just loved it.
Now, Khloé Kardashian did briefly kind of talk about her relationship with Tatum, which I'm loving how she's giving a voice to Surrogacy that maybe not everyone has seen on television because she's very clear, like, this is not everyone's situation.
I mean, I knew he was my son and I loved him and I took care of him, but I just did not have that instinctual feeling that I had with True instantly.
And she made it even clearer that her situation is layered.
I know my situation had like cheating and other things involved, so I'm sure mine's layered, but I wanted people to know that there's definitely different ways this can go.
Khloé opened up about how Tatum is Robert.
I swear he's my dad. It's so interesting. He calls my mom honey, and my dad used to call my mom honey. No one has asked him to call my mom honey.
Wild. If the kid didn't know it and you're calling Kris Jenner honey and her dad called, it was just like a lot. So.
But I want to know what Kim has to think about this because a blind psychic told Kim that Saint is Robert Kardashian Sr.
Well, it's a spirit, right? So you can, you can come through many ways.
Is Robert just going to be a kid of every kid? Like, is Robert just popping into all these babies? Like, which one is Robert Kardashian Sr.? Is it Saint or is it Tatum?
Tatum looks just like Rob to me.
I know.
Yeah.
That was all for episode 2. But before we end the recap, I'm going to start with my peak because Tatum falling.
Everybody chill.
Mommy. Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Tatum.
She was so unfazed too.
Yeah.
She was like, kids fall.
The cutest.
My peak was, I think, just having visual representation of somebody who struggles with time anxiety. Kendall, I saw myself in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm not waiting for you.
I stress if like timing isn't working out. Oh my God, you're late too. What if I'm already too late and then she's even later? Like, I don't know. What if we're both not gonna make it? When she says she's leaving, she's leaving.
Well, and my pit for the episode has to be Kim Kardashian not being able to breathe. I never want my girl Kim to struggle, and that, as a fellow claustrophobian, too much.
I've never felt this way before, where I feel like I can't breathe.
I'm just like actually gonna die. Will you take a pic of my back?
Let me see.
Does it look crazy?
Oh my God, really?
But that is all for this week's episode of The reKap. I'm Colt Paulsen, at Gay Man with a Spray Tan on all social media.
And I'm Archie J, at Archie J Speaks. Be sure to subscribe and comment your favorite moment from this week's episode.